All right, welcome into 5 Reasons to Bet. This is going to be an interesting program here today because by the time that we finish the show, there will be no more NBA coaches and there will be no more NBA players. And so basically it's going to be me and Jim out there on the court coaching each other. If you're going to bet any of this stuff, busr.com/5RSN, busr.com/5RSN. Make sure that you get those bonuses. You can follow Jrod at Jrod Show. Of course, Jim Rodriguez. All right, let's get to it. We're going to do some NBA futures betting today. I don't even know what you do. The news, let's start here. Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely, knee. Chris Paul is out potentially. We don't know yet because of some kind of COVID protocol situation, even though we believe he's been vaccinated. We're not really sure. So the situation in Brooklyn where James Harden was playing on one leg yesterday. We don't know when Kyrie Irving is coming back. Embiid looked gimpy in the last game for Philadelphia. Is anybody – and then Mike Conley's situation in Utah where there's some dispute about how healthy he is and whether or not he can come back. What do you do with any of this?
I think what you do is you constantly check busr.com/5RSN, and the odds to win the NBA championship are constantly changing. Yesterday, for example, the Bucks were the prohibitive favorite to win it. They were 3-1 to win it. Now, after that game last night, and they're probably the healthiest of the bunch, now the Brooklyn Nets at +180 are the favorites to win the NBA championship. Milwaukee fell all the way to 8-1 to win the NBA Finals. It's crazy. Phoenix, despite the Chris Paul news, they're still at 4-1 to win the NBA championship. Utah +450. The Clippers are at 5-1. The Sixers, I still don't, I don't sleep. They're frustrating.
Yeah.
+750. The Bucks 8-1, and the Hawks, after their win, they went from 100-1. They're now 50-1 to win the NBA championship. So it's an interesting thing. If you had the Nets yesterday, you were getting it at +350. So keep it up. Every game, it's a pendulum swing, and you're right with these injuries. I think the healthiest bunch are the Bucks.
Yeah,
and yet they haven't looked at it.
But not from a coaching perspective. They're not the healthiest bunch. He'll still play Giannis under.
Well, you can't have
minutes.
Coach Budweiser in a Miller town. You can't.
You're not going to much longer, my friend. So that's. You may have a Coach Van Gundy, although I think it'll be Jeff and not.
How much money?
And not
by the
Stan.
way, I know Stan's a friend.
He is a friend.
How much money has that guy gotten from the Pistons, from the Pelicans?
It's going to fund his. It's going to fund it. It's going to fund. It's going to fund his campaign. I'm telling you, that's where all the money's going. It's going to fund his campaign. He's going to self-fund.
He's buying at our favorite restaurant, by the way.
That one, that's a tough one for me because I have relationships with both him and David Griffin, and with David Griffin. So it's a little bit of a weird deal. All right, so here's my overall point with all of this. I know we're a little looser than usual. Is that what you're saying? Check the odds at BUSR. I would keep playing the underdogs. And I know the favorites have been chalked during games, but in terms of the futures, because you might as well get the better odds, right?
Sure.
Because anybody can get hurt at any time. So if somebody's going to give you 50-1, who knows? Trae Young goes crazy for 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks, and they win an NBA championship.
The Bucks were your pick to win the NBA
I
Finals.
know.
They're 8-1.
I know.
Yesterday they were 3-1. Now Monday they were 3-1. Now they're 8-1. Why not?
I wonder what they were if you could have live bet the thing when they went up 17 last night,
right?
And then you saw them fall apart. So I think that's our general advice here is, check the odds at busr.com/5RSN. Play some of these underdog teams potentially. Look, Phoenix was the ultimate underdog before the year. One of my worst bets of the year. I thought the 8-0 run, even with Chris Paul coming in, was a bit of a fluke. I bet the under on their wins this year. That didn't work out very well. But I would say now, look, Phoenix. Look, Chris Paul is going to be back eventually. Okay.
Right.
So if you feel good about the Suns, and I know you have not felt good about the Suns, but it's hard to argue with what they've done so far. They have
exactly.
They've looked like the most complete
and the
team.
funny thing is, we haven't even really been talking about the face of the franchise, and that's Booker. We haven't really even been talking about him. If he gets hot, that 4-1 is a nice bet right there.
They're a very kind of complete. They remind me of Miami last year in the sense that everybody kind of knows their role. They're playing off kind of a veteran, gritty star who's giving them something every night.
And I love the
got
coach.
some young
I love Monty Williams, what he's doing.
I think Monty's done great, and I think Bridges is a really good role player, and we know what Jay provides. There are a lot of similar, and Aiton's been really good. So they're sort of like Bam was last year. So there's a lot of similarities there. But again, play some of these underdogs. The Clippers-Utah series, I don't know what to make of that one at this point. I mean, Utah looked lost to me without Conley. But, I mean, are we seriously counting on Paul George to carry them over the finish line in the playoffs? I mean, I don't know.
Well, that brings us to tonight's Game 5. Wild. I mean, you definitely need to check these odds because we talk about wild pendulum swings. When the day started, the Jazz were -2.5 when the news came out about Kawhi Leonard's knee, and now they're saying it could be an ACL.
Yeah.
So it could be done until the fall. It went up to -7.5 for Utah. You know me, that's too rich for me. It's now down to 7. So here's what I'm thinking. I like first halves because I just need 7 points. I don't care in a playoff game, injuries. I don't want to do it. I love the Jazz -3.5 in the first half. And because there's no Kawhi, the Clippers team total right now is sitting at 106.5. Was 107. Now it's 106.5. I like the under. 106.5 Clippers team total, and I love the Jazz -3.5 in that first half. I mean, if you want to play the whole game -7, good luck. It's in Salt Lake City. The Clippers, they like to win on the road. That's the thing people are forgetting. The Clippers have won a lot of road games.
I mean, the Clippers are Kawhi. Like that's the thing. Like to me, it's all bets are off. I mean, they're going to have to get huge performances out of guys like Batum and Reggie Jackson, and I don't know. I mean,
and the total for the game for both teams is 221. There's another possible under for you because this feels like a 117-85 kind of game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
but
I love the Clippers under 106.5. That's that. I'm riding with that bad boy.
There are some narratives going to get thrown out the window. All right, follow him at Jrod Show. Again, busr.com/5RSN. Make sure that you get that bonus, and make sure, like I said, play those underdogs going forward. These if you can grab 7-1, 10-1 on a team that you like, and just hope that things break right. And again, as our producer Manny Cheng just reported, Steve Nash said Irving is out. I would anticipate that's for the rest of the series, however long it goes, maybe longer. And James Harden is in, although I don't even know that that's a good thing. Watching him,
those damn leprechauns, those damn.
Don't step on the leprechauns. Plus, Kyrie could just disappear for 3 weeks. You never know. All right, Jrod Show, Ethan J. Skolnick. Free the 5 Reasons Sports Twitter account, please, please. Bad basketball takes coming from my personal now.